Charlie. It started when Lucy found the doll at a yard sale. It was old, with cracked porcelain skin and button eyes that seemed to follow you wherever you went. The seller had warned her it was cursed, but Lucy laughed it off. A doll couldn't be dangerous, right? That night, after a long day of work, Lucy placed the doll on a shelf in her living room and went to bed. As she drifted off, she heard the faintest sound, a soft scraping like nails on wood. She brushed it off as a dream. The next morning, Charlie was on the floor. She swore she had left it on the shelf, but maybe she had knocked it down in her sleep. She picked it up, muttering under her breath. That night, the scraping was louder, closer. She bolted upright in bed, heart pounding. The doll was on the floor again, but this time it was facing her. Its stitched smile had grown wider. "Who's there?" she whispered, but no answer came. The next evening, Lucy made sure to put the doll on the shelf, securing it so it couldn't fall. She even taped it down. That night, the scraping turned into a tapping, faint but deliberate. It came from the living room. Her heart raced as she hesitated, but the curiosity was unbearable. She crept into the hallway, her pulse pounding in her ears. The lights flickered, then went out. The tapping stopped. Then a whisper, so faint it could have been the wind. "Lucy?" Lucy froze. Her breath caught in her throat. "Who's there?" she choked, her voice trembling. The lights blinked back on, and there, standing in the middle of the room, was Charlie. It wasn't on the shelf anymore. Lucy backed away, but her feet felt heavy, as if they were sinking into the floor. Charlie's eyes gleamed in the dim light. The stitched smile twisted into something far more sinister. "Lucy," it whispered again, its head tilting unnaturally. "You should have stayed away." The last thing Lucy saw was the doll's mouth moving, and then everything went dark. The next morning, the neighbors found her, face down in the living room, a wide grin frozen on her face. In her hand, she clutched a small porcelain figure, Charlie, and his smile. It was just a little wider,